stay? What would the years look like? What if we stay? We've got it right. What if we stayed through the hard part, through the cost? What if we stayed? I'll never know it. That's the love.
I don't ask it every day, just on the days that know my name. The ones that carry context, the ones that come the same time every year and find me in the same specific place, staring at the ceiling with your memory on my face. This day used to be a plan, used to be a before, the before of everything we said we would build and tour. Now it's just a day on the calendar that stings a little. Just me and the what if sitting here right in the middle.
Will we stay? What would the years look like?
Played it forward in my head 1,000 different ways. The apartment that we talked about, the ordinary days of being with somebody who already knows your order, who knows the way you sleep, who knows the side, the border of the bed you claim by habit. I had all of that mapped out, somewhere in the future that we sketched and talked about. Now someone else is living in the version I imagine, and she's happy, I can see it, and I'm somehow still examining it. What if is the cruelest question, cause it has no answer. Just the running of the scenario, the dancer, moving through the life that didn't happen room by room. Just me and the what if and the piano in the gloom of a date that knows exactly where to find me every year. I'm not stuck, I wanna say that I've been living, I've been moving, done some things I'm proud of, found some footing, been improving. The version of myself that doesn't need the what if every day, just the version that shows up when the calendar says May, or whatever month it is, the month with that specific date that carries all the weight of what I asked and what came later. What was right on time, I still don't know which one it was. What if we stayed is just a question that the loving does. When it outlives the relationship, it needs somewhere to go, and it goes to the what if, cause the what if doesn't know. What if we stay? What would the years look like? What if we stay? We have got it right. What if we stay through the hard part, through the cost? What if we stay? I'll never know it. That's the would have been good, I think. Would have been good. Stay used to mean something, now it just means pain. Stay used to mean something, comes around again. Same time every year to find me unprepared. Stay used to mean something, now it just means you're not here. I woke up this morning and I knew before I checked. The body keeps the calendar before the mind reflects. Something in the chest is heavier than regular Thursday. Something in the quiet that feels different in the worst way. Not dramatic, not the crying kind, just the weighted version of the morning where the air's a little faded, little gray around the edges, like the light knows what it is. The anniversary of the question that was only mine to give. Stay used to mean something, now it just means pain. weeks at a time. The detail in the setting, I remember every part of it. The part I keep forgetting is how easy it felt then, how certain, how specific. The feeling that the future was available and terrific, in the way that only loving someone makes the future feel like a place you both already live, already real. Now the day comes in the future's just a future, nothing special, just a regular tomorrow. Without you in the vessel, I don't mark it on the calendar, it marks me. Shows up every year without an invitation, finds me. Same place, same weight, same piano in my chest. Dates, don't forget, that's the thing dates do best. By the evening it gets lighter, always does by 8 or 9. The body processes the date and gradually the line between the memory and the present clears a little. And I'm just a person on a Thursday in the middle of a life that's actually okay, that's actually moving, that's actually got things in it that are worth pursuing. But the morning's always the same. The body knows before I do this date used to mean something, it still does 'cause of you.
This day used to mean something, now it just means pain. This day used to mean something, comes around again. Same time every year, forward, prepared. This day used to mean something, now it just means you're not here. Every year, same time, unprepared. Every time, this day still means something.
Just the truth of missing someone who's okay without you.
The plans we made are living somewhere I can't visit. The apartment, the city, the dog we named, I miss it. The version of the future we were building piece by piece. The plans we made, they didn't die, they just got released.
We had a city picked out, had a neighborhood and everything. Had the kind of street we wanted, had the kind of life that sprang into your head when you with somebody and it clicks enough that the future stops being abstract and becomes specific stuff. 3rd floor, we both agreed, enough light in the morning. A dog, you wanted a big one, I said fine without warning of how much I missed the argument about the breed, when the argument was evidence that we had a shared
Plans
need.
we made are living somewhere I can't visit. The apartment, the city, the dog we named, I miss it. The version of the future we were building piece by piece. Plans we made, they didn't die, they just got released.
We named the dog before we had the dog. That's how sure we were. Named it on a Tuesday, like the future was a blur of certainty. Not if, just when and how and where. Named it like a done deal. Named it like we'd be there to call it from the kitchen in the apartment on the 3rd floor. In the city that we picked, I wonder sometimes if she drove past that neighborhood when she moved on with the new life. Wonder if the street looks different now. Wonder if it's right. Plans made with somebody don't dissolve when the somebody goes. They just become the ghost of a future nobody knows. They float around specific streets and neighborhoods and names and find you when you're quiet. The plans we made became the map of a country that exists but has no residents. I drove through a neighborhood like ours last spring by accident. The street, the light, the 3rd floor window, something in my chest just said her name without permission, said it quiet, not out loud, not dramatic, just the internal ride of a moment, recognizing what it rhymes with from the past. I sat there at the light and let it be, and then it passed. The plans we made were real, that's what I hold on to. Real plans, real future, real person, just a different who. Ended up inside them, maybe she's got her version too. Maybe the plans just found new people to grow into.
Made a living somewhere I can't visit. The apartment, the city, the dog we named, I miss it. The version of the future we were building piece by piece. The plans we made, they didn't die, they just got released. The dog we named. Third floor. Enough light. Plans we made, still somewhere, just not with us. She's happy now. Oh, she's happy now. I've seen it, I can tell. She's happy now. Someone's treating her well. She's happy now. And I'm genuinely glad she's happy now. So I just glad feel this sad. I saw a photo, didn't look for it, it just appeared. The algorithm knowing things about my chest it shouldn't hear. She was laughing in the way I used to make her laugh. Same laugh, different person, that's the hardest photograph. Not because I want it back, I think I made my peace. Not because I think she's wrong. He looks like the release of something I was holding her back from, something freer. I just wasn't ready for the proof to come in clearer. She's happy now. I've seen it, I can tell. She's happy now. Someone's treating her well. She's happy now. Happy now, I'm genuinely glad. She's happy now. So I just glad feel this. The answer is that glad and grief aren't opposites apparently. They sit together in the chest quite transparently. I'm glad she found the version of the life that fits her right. And also something in me dims a little at the sight of proof that the chapter closed for real. No ambiguity, that the door's not just closed. Someone else holds the key, that's not jealousy exactly. That's something lonelier, the confirmation of the ending. Somehow that's heavier. She deserves the happy, I believe that fully. She deserves the someone who shows up and does it truly. I just also loved her in the loving doesn't know that it's supposed to stop when the relationship lets go. I closed the app and sat with it for 10 or 15 minutes. Just let it be the thing it was without trying to fix it or explain it into something that sounds more acceptable. She's happy, that's the whole sentence, that's respectable. That's the right ending for the person that she is. I hope he knows what he's got. I hope he never misses the moment to tell her. I hope he says it first. I hope he learned from every person who put himself before her worth. She's happy now. I'm saying it like practice, like a fact. She's happy now, and somewhere under that, I'm glad. She's happy now. I've seen it, I can tell. She's happy now. Someone's treating her well. She's happy now. And I'm genuinely glad she's happy now. So I just cry, feel this sad.
Glad she's happy. Genuinely. Still hurts though. Both things true at the same time. Both things.
I still remember how you laughed. I still remember how you laughed at your own jokes before the punchline. I still remember how you laughed. Couldn't hold it
It's never the big things that stay, it's always the small. Not the anniversary, not the trip, it's the hall of your apartment on a Tuesday with bad lighting, where you said something stupid and started laughing before writing the ending of the sentence. That's the thing I keep, the small ones, the specific ones, the ones that live too deep to photograph or replicate, or finding someone new. The Tuesday hall bad lighting laugh, that's only ever you. I still remember how you laughed at your own jokes before the punchline. I still remember how you laughed, couldn't hold it to the finish line. I still remember how you laughed, that specific sound. I still remember how you laughed, and I'll carry it around. I remember how you ordered, always change your mind last second, always asked the waiter back, always second guessed it, then got exactly what you wanted and were right about it every single time. I never once saw you doubt it. In retrospect, that's the confidence I love the most. Not the loud kind, just the kind that shows in the small decisions, in the knowing what you want even when you get there late, the quiet kind of fall. Nobody warns you that the small things are the last to go, that the big events fade first and then the small ones slow. The laugh, the order, the way you slept, the specific temperature you needed in the room, these are the ones that linger. Years later and I still catch myself in grocery stores, reaching for the thing you like that I don't even use anymore. Just a hand remembering the habit of the person who stood beside me in this aisle. The hand is worse than the mind at letting go. The hand just reaches anyway. The body keeps the small things long after the brain says okay to the moving on. I still remember how you laughed and probably always will. That's not sad, that's just the aftermath of loving somebody real, of paying close enough attention to the Tuesday hall bad lighting laugh to keep it past the ending. I still remember how you laughed at your own jokes before the punchline. I still remember how you laughed, couldn't hold it to the finish line. I still remember how you laughed, that specific sound. I still remember how you laughed, and I'll carry it around. How you laughed, bad light in your own joke. Still hear it sometimes. Still hear it. Future that didn't happen. The future that didn't happen. Live somewhere in my chest. A whole life fully furnished, never got to be expressed. The future that didn't happen. I visited sometimes. The version of the life we built in plans and paradigms. It's fully detailed in there. The future that we made. Every room imagined, every morning, every shade of ordinary life that only comes with someone staying long enough to know your habits, long enough for swaying into the routine of two. The coffee cups, the side of the bed, the inside joke that doesn't work outside the two of you. All of it exists in perfect detail in the future that didn't happen, just beyond the guardrail. The future that didn't happen, live somewhere in my chest. A whole life fully furnished, never got to be expressed. The future that didn't happen, I visited sometimes. The version of the life we built in plans and paradise. I wonder if she visits hers, the version she imagined, or if she built a new one so complete that the old one's abandoned. I hope it's the second one. I hope the new life is so full that the future that didn't happen lost its pull. I hope her chest is lighter than mine on the specific dates. I hope the what if doesn't find her at the entry gates of the anniversary. I hope she just wakes up fine and the future that didn't happen is only mine. Grief for the future that was never real is still grief. It's a specific kind that doesn't get the same relief or the sympathy. Nobody sits with you in that. Nobody brings flowers for the life you planned and never had. The future that didn't happen keeps on aging in my chest. The dog we named is older and they're the apartment's best version of itself by now. I'd be different in it too. A different kind of settle, a different kind of who. I'll be with years of ordinary beside me, calmer, probably more patient, more arrived, or maybe just differently lost. Either way, I'll never know. The future that didn't happen stays exactly as we left it. Nothing added, nothing fastened to the real. It's just a photograph of what we meant to build. A whole life fully detailed, fully loved and unfulfilled. The future that didn't happen lies somewhere in my chest. A whole life fully furnished, never got to be expressed. The future that didn't happen, I visited sometimes. The version of the life we built in plans and paradise. Still in there, fully furnished. The dog's older now. Future that didn't happen, still mine. Still.
Empty side of the bed, asleep in the middle now. Empty side of the bed, expanded to fill the hollow somehow. Empty side of the bed, the pillow's where it always was. Empty side of the bed, grief lives in the small stuff. It took a while to move to the middle, kept to my side, like moving was admitting something, like the other side was still on hold, still reserved, still temporarily empty instead of permanently. The body's slow to learn the plenty of room that grief provides. Too much room, that's the thing. A bed that fits two people is enormous when you bring only one. All that space, just evidence of absence. All that room, just the geometry of what happened. Empty side of the bed, asleep in the middle now. Empty side of the bed, expanded to fill the hollow somehow. Empty side of the bed, pillows where it always was. Empty side of the bed, grief lives in the small stuff. 3 a.m. is different when there's nobody beside you. Different kind of quiet, different kind of find you. In the dark, 3 a.m. alone is just a ceiling. 3 a.m. beside somebody is a feeling that has no equivalent in the solo version. Just the warmth of someone breathing, the immersion into not being the only living thing in the room. I miss the sound of someone else breathing in the gloom. I know it sounds like a small thing, just the empty side. The small things are where grief lives when it's trying to hide in plain sight. The pillow, the temperature, the half of the bed that stays untouched. Grief lives in the small stuff. I bought new sheets eventually, not to replace it, just because the old ones had a specific and displaced it. Memory, the thread counted the particular that we chose together. The decision molecular to relationship, the small decision made together that now existed without the together, without the tether. New sheets, different color, the bed still the same. Empty side, still empty, just without the old frame of her in it. The
grief adjusted to the new sheets. Found the same hollow and sat down in the new sheets.
Empty side of the bed, sleep in the middle now. Empty side of the bed, expanded to fill the hollow somehow. Empty side of the bed, pillows where it always was. Empty side of the bed, grief lives in the small stuff. Just the truth of missing someone who is okay with rest. I don't miss you, I miss us. There's a difference. I don't miss you, I miss us. The specific version of me that existed when you were around. I don't miss you, I miss us. Ground we stood on together, the shape of what we were. I miss the Sunday version of myself with you, the one who had a reason to be somewhere by 2, who had an opinion on the restaurant, had a person to consult, who had a counterpart, a second vote, a shared result for every small decision. That's the version I miss most. Not you specifically, the me that you made possible, the host of all those Sundays that had weight because you were in them. I miss the me that had a you to put the meaning in them. I don't miss you, I miss us. There's a difference. I don't miss you, I miss us. The specific version of me that existed when you were around. I don't miss you, I miss us. The ground we stood on together, the shape of what we were. I miss having someone who knew the backstory, who didn't need the context, who was part of the inventory of my history, who knew the name without the explanation, who knew which version of the story needed abbreviation, because they lived the chapters. That's what ends when the relationship ends, not just the person, all the threads that ran through everything, the shared language, the inside reference. Suddenly you're narrating your whole life. Missing a person is one thing that fades eventually. Missing the version of yourself inside the we is the longer grief, the one without a clear expiration, the one that surfaces in every new relation you try to build. You keep looking for the shortcut, the shared language that took years, and there's no shortcut. I'm not the same person I was inside us. I've grown into a different version, gotten better on my own. In some ways, genuinely, the alone has had its gifts. Some things you only find when the relationship shifts into the past. Some clarity, some strength, some new direction. But there are Sundays when I trade it all for the connection of us specifically, our particular shape and weight. I don't miss you, I miss us, and that distinction's great enough to make the grief its own thing, its own room. I don't miss you, I miss us, and that's the truest tune. I don't miss you, I miss us. There's a difference. I don't miss you, I miss us. The specific version of me that existed when you were around. I don't miss you, I miss us. The ground we stood on together, the shape of what we were. Don't miss you, miss us, the Sunday version of me. Miss the ground we stood on, miss us. Years later and it's still
thought by now it would be background, maybe decoration, a painting on the wall of my emotion on erasure. Not the main room anymore, just something past. I didn't know that love decides how long it lasts. Not the person, not the logic, not the time elapsed. The love just stays at its own pace. It's not collapsed by the distance or the years or the new life around it. It just lives in its own corner, and the day comes in, I found it. Years later and it's still, I didn't expect this. Years later and it's still, the feelings we were living. Years later and it still finds me on the day. Years later and it still, some things don't dissipate. I've dated since, that's not the thing. The thing is that the new ones don't erase the old ones. They sit in different tracks of the same chest. The new ones in the present, you in the past, but permanent, not haunting, just existing. In the way that first things do, the way the early ones get written in a different ink than the subsequent ones. Not better ink, just permanent ink, the kind that stays. I didn't know love worked like that before these years and days. I'm not stuck in it, I wanna be clear about that. I live a full life, I move forward, I've come back from the grief into the living. Years later and it's still the steam. Some things don't fully leave, they just go still quietly and permanently in the back. I think about the version of me that loved you then, so certain and so in it and so willing to begin whatever came. I was brave in that specific way, the brave of someone who never lost yet, who couldn't weigh the cost of going all in. I went all in years later and it still means something. Still it stings, not painfully exactly, more the way a scar does when the weather changes. Present real, but yours, something you carry is evidence of something that was real. Years later and it's still, and that's okay to feel. Years later and it's still, I didn't expect this. Years later and it's still, the feeling's relentless. Years later and it still finds me on the day. Years later and it still, some things don't dissipate. Years later still finds me on the day. Some things don't dissipate, and that's okay. I hope you're okay. I know you are, I've seen it. I hope you're okay. I just still need to mean it. I hope you're okay in the way I always wanted. I hope you're okay. I hope your life's as full as you dreamed it. I'm writing this on the day, you know which one I mean. The one that used to be a plan, that used to convene everything we were into a single pointer forward. Now it's just a day that sit with everything I've stored of us. The laugh, the dog we named the third floor of the city. The plans, the future that didn't happen, and the pity that I don't allow myself past the 9 p.m. By then the chest clears up enough to wish you well again. I hope you're okay. I know you are, I've seen it. I hope you're okay. I just still need to mean it. I hope you're okay in the way I always wanted. hope he knows to stay when it gets hard. I hope he knows which version of your silence means you're scarred from something and which one means you're fine and want the quiet. I hope he learned the difference without having to buy it the way I did. I hope you told him early. I hope you let him in before the walls came early and closed the thing. I hope this one you let him see the room. I hope you didn't make him earn what he already knew. This isn't for you, you won't hear this. This is for the part of me that needs to say it to release it. The part that's been holding the what if for years needs to put it down with something that sounds like closure. Even if closure's just a word I'm giving to the process of living past the date, of not being hostage to the what if anymore. I hope you're okay, is how I put the what if down and walk into today. I think we were real, I wanna hold on to that. Not the loss, not the what if, just the fact that for a while we were specific and we chose each other. And that meant something, even if the after's just the cover of a chapter and not the whole book. The chapter was real, the laugh was real, the plans were real, the future that I feel. Still, sometimes in my chest, all of it was real. And real things don't undo, they just become the field that everything that comes next grows from. You're in the soil of who I am, not in the wound anymore, just in the loyal foundation of the person that I'm building on this date. I hope you're okay, I know you are, and I'm okay that you are.
I hope you're okay. I know you are. I've seen it. I hope you're okay. I just still need to mean it. I hope you're okay in the way I always wanted. I hope you're okay. I hope your life's as full as you dreamed it.